Plenty of y'all are hating on me that I still like David's music. And I guarantee you that you guys all listen to artists that have done terrible things in their past.
I don't care if you're underage, as long as you're a minor, I've got a smile on my face. So I think we all know about the case of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. She was a 14-year-old girl from Lake Elsinore, California. She was born to parents who immigrated from El Salvador, and she also had 2 older siblings. Her parents had described her as a beautiful and strong girl who had loved to sing and dance. In January of 2022, when she was only 11 years old, she had met a guy named David Anthony Burke, who was 17 at the time. When Celeste was 13 and David 18, he had begun to sexually groom her. It had gone on for years until April 23rd of 2025, the day that she was allegedly killed by Burke. Her remains were found in his car about 5 months later. Now, with that in mind, I just want to talk about the way a lot of people were reacting to the news because it was quite jarring to me. Around the time people first found out about it, I remember seeing a lot of people on TikTok being weirdly unserious about it. Like, first of all, let's put the dog memes down. Second of all, you just learned he's a child rapist and you want to discuss his music? It just made me realize that Gen Z really cannot take shit seriously. And this TikTok I'm about to show you is a perfect example of what I'm talking about.
On today's menu, we're making Korean bosam because this week has been a crazy week. When the D4 vid news came out, I was like, what? I used to listen to his music. I've seen this guy collab with some of my friends. He did what? To who? How old? Literally just in shock. And I was like, you know what? There's no way this shit gets worse. It got worse. New reports say that they have 40 terabytes of footage against him. 40 terabytes? That shit sounds like something you gotta build a power plant and water cool. Like 40 terabytes is crazy. All the details coming out is sickening. Like I don't even want to repeat it.
There is just so much to unpack from that. The Vine booms, the memes, the lighthearted tone, him doing the scuba dance with a pot on his head. What is happening? I think we all know this, but I feel like being on the internet in general just causes insensitivity and desensitization, really. I'll even provide an example of something I did. Now, as some of you know, I also make Roblox videos on this channel, and about a year ago, I had made this video that had me playing this game called Diddy Obby. At the time, I didn't think it was insensitive because I was only making fun of Diddy and not the actual victims. What I didn't realize was it didn't really matter if I was only making fun of the perpetrator. I was still turning a serious situation into something unserious. I have privated the videos since then, and I do take accountability for being that insensitive. After some self-reflecting, I did try to look up some articles on like Gen Z and desensitization, and I did find this article on post-Athens. It really helped me understand where the desensitization came from. During the pandemic, Gen Z had turned to meme culture in order to cope, and it did help, but years down the line, memes started to stir anxiety. Gen Z had repeated exposure to terrible events, and it was slowly making us more and more insensitive. That's why we see people make videos like this while seeing nothing wrong with it. That's why we see people make comments like this and not see anything wrong with it. The worst part about these comments is these people don't understand just how insensitive they sound. Like, it would be one thing if you were a troll and you knew you were being an asshole, but being this unaware is concerning. I think we should all be mindful about how we talk about situations like this. You really have to see it from the perspective of her family. Like, how do you think it feels like for them to see people treat Celeste as if she's a fictional character, basically, or talk about how you want to be in a documentary as if your ass would make it, or spam reaction memes, or refer to her as his girlfriend instead of his victim, go on about separating the art from the artist? It's ridiculous. Like, y'all don't intend to be insensitive, and that honestly just makes it worse. Thanks for watching.